Hi everyone, we're still in the middle of this darn pandemic, and all of you restaurant owners and managers are struggling with what to do in this crisis. We get it, the times are hard. All of you are probably thinking about going into delivery if you're not already doing so. However, as you're contemplating this shift in your sales to the delivery channel, you should think carefully about the potential hole you will dig for yourself. Doing delivery can be like doing cocaine. Woo. It may feel good for a moment, but it will likely harm you in the long run. Okay, let's get serious. Okay, let's put some perspective on this current situation. Food delivery actually has been around for a long time. In Korea, delivery of cold noodles was recorded in 1768. In India, small tin lunch boxes actually have been delivered by a network of delivery couriers every day since 1890. Food delivery has been common throughout modern society as well, especially in dense cities like New York and San Francisco. Many started with their own drivers and couriers, while others used delivery companies like Waiters on Wheels in San Francisco, which started in 1987. So they printed menu catalogs and passed them out for free to corporate offices or to street corner newspaper stands. Waiters on Wheels was typical and popular at the time, and they took phone and fax orders that had a lot of regulars and had a lot of regulars. Orders came mostly from Wall Street and law firms whose employees were working late at night. High menu prices were often reimbursed by companies who love it when their employees work overtime for the cost of dinner, which was a small fraction of their salary. These delivery services charge $5.99 per delivery, which is like $13.50 today. And these corporate customers gladly pay for the delivery fee. I personally know people whose companies pay $25 per meal if they work past 8 p.m., which is like $57 today. A small group of staff working late into the wee hours of night could easily order 10 up to $100 per night, which is the equivalent of $228 today. That's obvious plenty of money for everyone to make money, both for the restaurants and the delivery companies. The world was happy. However, it's worth noting that because of these high delivery fees, the total food delivery market size was actually quite small. The vast majority of restaurants didn't do delivery simply because they didn't think this business model makes sense. For lower end restaurants, the total bill can easily double after adding in the delivery charge, rendering this untenable for most customers on an everyday basis. High end restaurants usually didn't lower their prices for delivery for fear of damaging their core business. So customers were paying the same price for dining on their sofa as they would for a fine dining experience. Needless to say, most people didn't take the sofa route. For the few restaurants that did do delivery, the deliveries usually represented a small single-digit percent of restaurant sales. In our previous video, how delivery apps kill restaurants to make the rich richer, we saw how delivery apps use billions of dollars from rich venture capitalists to get your customers onto delivery apps. You may think that's great. I'm a little restaurant. I don't have billions of dollars. I will write off on their marketing blitz to change consumer behavior from regular dining to online delivery apps. It costs me a lot less than building my own app and hiring my own delivery driver. So this is like starting to use cocaine and the drug dealer is the delivery app. The problem is that delivery apps charge a huge fee, 25 to 35% for each delivery. And they usually charge the same fee for takeaways. Okay, let's talk about an example. When delivery is 10% of your sales, then the delivery fees are 3% of your sales. If your profit margin is 10%, then your profit is 7%. This is like starting to get hooked on cocaine. Now, let's say that delivery gets to 33% and more, like many New York City restaurants who started doing delivery many years ago. Then delivery fees are at about 10% of your total sales. At that percentage, there's a strong chance you're no longer making a profit. Think about how much profit you made in a good year. Most restaurants struggle to make 10%. If it is anywhere below that, then there's a good chance You're not making much money after all, and it's all gone after you start doing delivery. Now you're addicted, but it's killing you. What's worse is it's now that you're in a catch-22. If you don't do delivery, then you will lose 33% of sales. If you do continue delivery and let it grow, then you will be operating on an increasingly unprofitable business, bleeding cash every month, and eventually will have to close down. In fact, that's exactly what has happened in the past few years. The New York Post analyzed this and published a detailed article about many restaurants closing who faced this dilemma 2 years ago. The problem has become so common that in the past few years, before the coronavirus hit, city governments have gotten involved. In San Francisco, they passed a law to ban high delivery fees to help keep their independent restaurants afloat. New York City is trying to do the same thing now in the midst of this pandemic. The delivery companies have fought back and they're saying, hey, we had to make a profit too. It's now an all-out battle with the likely result that anyone who enters the battleground will struggle to maintain a profit. Not only that, ghost kitchens, also called dark kitchens, have also popped up. These are restaurants with no storefront that specialize in delivery, saving themselves the cost of the entire front of the house operations, which we will discuss that in an upcoming video about how delivery apps are using a tactic similar to how Amazon bankrupted thousands of local retailers. So I hope this has helped enlighten your potential path to shifting sales to delivery apps. Tread carefully. Delivery apps are the potential enemy. Go headstrong into delivery, and you may find yourself running a business with high sales but negative profits. In other words, you might be making more money flipping burgers at McDonald's than running ragged operating your own restaurant business. Hey, but it's not all catastrophic. Please look at our other restaurant masterclasses videos where we will explore solutions to this. You should also check out our masterclass on how delivery apps kill restaurants like Amazon killed local retailers. Don't be deterred. We're here to help. Stay strong, stay alive, stay vigilant to thrive.